Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Mad Hatter Radio, reporting live from a dying planet in a middle-aged galaxy. This go around, I do want to talk about Serena Williams. If you guys have seen my channel, you know how I feel about Serena Williams. As an athlete, she's one of the greatest athletes, man or woman. Definitely amongst women, she's probably one of the best, if not the best female athlete that I've ever seen, at least in my generation. So I don't want to take anything away from that. But with that being said, how Serena was acting in her last match, I don't know what it was, the US Open. I don't follow tennis that much. But seeing everything that she was doing, to me, is completely unacceptable. And honestly, it made me lose whatever slight bit of respect that I had for Serena is completely gone now. Basically, she got upset over an umpire who has a history of being controversial, but not just with women, but with men too. But this umpire does have a controversial history of being kind of tough and heavy-handed. So apparently, Serena got penalized for breaking her racket. So she got upset. She got in the ref's face. And she also got upset because the ref was saying that she was basically being coached. So all of this, Serena goes off on this tantrum. She's breaking her racket. She's screaming. She's threatening people, whatever, which is fine. But the issue is that people think that everybody's sexist towards Serena, and Serena was completely not in the wrong. But I totally disagree with that. I think Serena was 100% in the wrong. This is one of those issues where the referee could be in the wrong and Serena can also be in the wrong. You know what I mean? It doesn't have to be an either or situation. It doesn't have to be, hey, Serena's right and the referee is wrong, or the referee is right, therefore Serena's wrong. I think in this case, I don't really know if the referee was wrong, to be honest, but I do know Serena was. So she's basically screaming at the ref, threatening this guy, which I don't give a damn about that ref. What I care more about is the young woman. The young Japanese Haitian woman, Osaka, who Serena completely went after. She didn't really go after her directly, but I think that this is a low-key form of bullying. And Serena, I think, is one of those types of people. Now that I am going back and watching the video and really watching how she kind of handles herself, she is one of those people. I don't know if it's because she's been hanging around Beyonce, or now that she feels that she's a part of some elite class or something like that. But Serena is definitely, you can tell she carries herself in a different way. I remember watching one of these interviews with a journalist after a game. She played a really poor game. And she told the journalist, basically the journalist responds and says, hey, why do you think you played such a poor game? And she's like, well, I didn't play a bad game. Well, it's like, Serena, yes, you did, because you lost. Whether or not it's poor or whatever, you lost the game. But she was so upset that the reporter dare ask her, which is this guy's job, and she's like, well, you need to apologize to me. Then of course everybody on Twitter, Black Twitter, all these women completely jump to Serena's side. That's right, girl, you tell them. It's like, just because she's a woman doesn't mean that everything that she does is right and you have to jump on the bandwagon of her. Sometimes she can be wrong, but she has a history of this. And there's a lot of other questions that I have, with this whole thing. Like, why was the coach doing what the coach was doing? If the coach knew, her coach knew that this umpire was heavy-handed, why was he making any gestures at all? And why do you have your coach in the stands? Like, why? You've been playing tennis for this long and you're not aware of this, Serena? I don't really have any sympathy for that. But if you saw after the game, after the match, Osaka, the young woman who had beat her, was in tears. And then they're interviewing her and she's also apologizing. It's like, girl, you don't have to apologize. If anybody should be apologizing, it's Serena, because Serena tried to play some low-key bullying. She was basically trying to be really aggressive to scare Osaka, I think, and to throw her off of her game, and I'm glad it didn't work. And just watching Serena, she's pointing at the ref and she's getting all big and tough, trying to intimidate people. But then when she sees that that's not working, then what happens? Then she puts on the waterworks and she starts crying. So which one is it? Are you the strong, independent woman, or are you the woman who cries at the drop of a dime, to try to get some sympathy points, to get fake sympathy? It's just, honestly, it was one of the worst examples of sportsmanship that I've seen. And then there's this Australian artist, cartoon artist, right? Which, you know, when you do cartoons, you're supposed to make caricatures of people. So people are upset because the caricature of Serena is a big, strong woman, and she's kind of thick, and, you know, and she's thick. Serena is a big, thick, strong woman. So it's no point in getting mad about that. I will say about the cartoon on a side note, they had Osaka looking like a white woman with blonde hair, which is kind of ridiculous. That's kind of low-key racist, I think, in a way. But I think the cartoonist is perfectly okay with what that cartoonist said. All they did was have Serena in a tutu stomping. She was a little, you know, swole looking. Serena's a little bit swole, and she was stomping on the racket. And apparently this guy's Twitter or his Instagram, I can't remember, but it had to be removed because it got spammed by so many people who were calling this guy a racist and a sexist. But why are we at the point where we can't even criticize black women anymore? I mean, it's starting to get ridiculous. Yes, have black women had it difficult? Probably the most difficult of any race and gender mixed? Maybe. You can definitely make that argument, you know? But to say that we cannot critique a woman just because she's a black woman, and this whole Serena, Miss Queen Serena, and I'm queen of the world, nah, you know, I'm not buying that, man. So I want to wrap this up by saying I lost a lot of respect for Serena. Great job on Osaka on the win. Keep pushing, girl. Don't let women like this, or people like this, period, bully you. And, you know, keep pushing forward. Let me know what you guys think about this whole situation. This was kind of a rant. I kind of put my thoughts together during my lunch break. Wanted to just get something up really quick before the news got old. But I did have a lot of thoughts about this. A lot of strong opinions. Let me know what you guys think. Thanks for sticking in. If you guys like this, please give the video a like. If you don't like it, don't like it. Go ahead and subscribe. Hit that subscribe button and hit the notifications button so you'll be notified when I post new videos. Thanks again, and as always, stay woke.